Welcome back, everybody. We are in the Ouachita National Forest right now, and we've already gotten ourselves in a predicament. We got a place we're gonna go hike tomorrow. We rolled out here, had a camp spot picked out, but it's a popular spot. Someone was already there. So we had to turn around. We found a secondary spot and we may go back to it, but I'm a little worried about the possibility of flash flood there because there's storms coming through tonight. It's about 78 degrees and it's December right now, which does not bode well for storm season. Quite likely some good thunderstorms actually just off to our east right now. There's a big line of storms. It is drifting north and east, but it's building up fast enough it may build back on us before it drifts on to the east. So a little concerned about that, but I think we'll be okay. I'm more concerned probably about what's on further behind that. We're gonna get stormed on more than likely. But right now we are perched on a steep, washed out road. Just hit some worse spots. The road ends. We were hoping there'd be a campsite here, but the road legally ends. I walked up another quarter mile and the road keeps going. It actually gets better after this hill. But right here, we can't go much further before it stops being a legal road, and I'm not gonna drive for who knows how long down an illegal road just to try to find a turnaround or camp spot. So we're gonna back down this hill if I can. If not, we may go on down the road, but if I can back down, which I think I can, it's not too bad, but it is steep. So I'm gonna try to back the camper down this road, and we'll either go back to the site we found or we'll meander around and try to find another site. So should be exciting. All right, so Sarah's back behind me with the flashlight and gonna kind of watch me as I back down this hill. Make sure we stay on the road because visibility is very limited in the dark. I need more LED lights on the back of the camper so I can see more. We made it down. We're turned around now. So we made it down the hill. Thanks to Sarah watching me and keeping me from running off in the ditch.
And your excellent driving skills.
A little bit of both. We made it down. Not a dangerous situation, but if you do something silly, it could turn into a not very fun situation. So we will go somewhere else and find a camp spot now and try to avoid any more steep hills in the dark. All right, we've settled on the camp. We're right by the creek. We found this spot earlier. and decided it would probably be safe. The only concern is flash flood, but it's going to have to come up probably 12, 15 feet to get to our camp. We're going to leave the camper hooked up. So I think we'll be fine. Hope we're fine. Sarah's going to throw some hot dogs on the skillet real quick, have some dinner, and I'm going to get the tent set up. You can turn the lights on, dear.
Oh.
Battery's hooked up. Yep.
I want to open this. May I open this?
That's fine. You can open it.
I don't need this.
Well, we got camp set up, and Sarah's stuffing her face.
I'm stuffy.
Kids are enjoying their hot dogs.
I'm stuffy. I'm stuffy.
You're a goofball.
You're a
But we're set
goofball.
up. We're not going to put up the annex today. It just takes so long to put up. We're just going to roll with the tent. And it'll be a first time doing that, so we'll see how that works. But we're going to finish our dinner and get some sleep.
Because you're a goof and you're a
You go sleep, Laser?
You good night? Where's your pillow? Go lay down on your pillow? You go lay on your pillow? It's over there.
We're all ready for bed. Gonna try to get some sleep and see what the storm's gonna do tonight. Still some thunder and lightning off in the distance, but nothing here yet. So we will see if we're awakened in the middle of the night with a big thunderstorm or not. But we're gonna get some sleep and go hiking in the morning. So if we survive, we'll see you in the morning. Well, good morning. It is cold now. Not that cold, but it certainly feels cold compared to yesterday when it was 78 degrees. It did rain last night, got pretty windy. Some storms blew around, but nothing crazy for us. And it's like completely dried out the ground now from just dry wind blowing for the last 4 or 5 hours, which is weird because it actually rained hard last night, but nothing on the ground is wet. But we're getting up. I am wrapped up in a blanket because it is cold and we did not bring sufficient jacketry. So Sarah's making some biscuits and some Spam, so we're gonna have some breakfast. I think I'm gonna try to get a fire started here so we can survive and stay warm. But it's gonna be a nice day. It's gonna be in the 50s today. It's probably in the 40s right now, so it's not really that cold, but it's a little breezy. But it's gonna be a good day, and we're gonna go hiking after lunch, after breakfast. So whew, good times, good camp. We are gathering a little firewood, just getting dead and down stuff to get us a fire started. We didn't bring any with us this time, so got me a chunk of cedar log here and get this thing cut and split. Cedar, dry cedar is really good for burning. Burns fast, burns hot. It'll pop and burn a hole in every camp chair within a 10-mile radius though, so watch out for the sparks. We're gonna get us a fire going so we can stay warm. I got a new toy for our trips. I've got a steel chainsaw, but I went ahead and broke down and bought one of these Weak Sauce Milwaukee electric chainsaws because it's smaller and easier to transport in case we got to cut a tree out of the wood or just cut a little bit of firewood at camp. Good thing about cedar is it splits really easily.
See?
What we call TV firewood. Because it splits like the guys on TV split wood. Real firewood like hickory and some of the oak and some of that stuff, it doesn't split this easy. it's got a knot. We'll use a little bit of friendly liquids here, and we'll be able to get this going pronto, muchacho.
Light some pine needles, it'll start a fire.
There we go.
I'm sticking some more tinder.
It's like cool fire. Mommy's my heater.
Oh, I love cedar. It's burning so fast.
I have cedar. I have little branches of it.
We got a fire started now. Good old cedar crackling and popping. Hopefully we don't catch the Suburban on fire or melt the paint off, but we're gonna get warm anyway regardless. So there's camp. Right there. And that is Fort de Mountain. And that's where we're gonna hike today, all the way to the top. At least that's the plan. It's gonna be fun. I don't remember what the elevation is. It's not really that far, but it's supposed to be a pretty good scramble to get up there. So we're gonna try to get up there once we have some breakfast. Look at that view. That's just a cool looking mountain. And we're about to head up there. Camp's right over there across the creek. We got everything packed up and we're about to head down the road a little ways to the parking area to hike up that. We could hike to it from here, but it'd just be some extra distance. So we're gonna go on down the road and hike the normal trail up to it. So should be fun. here last night with the lightning, we could see Forked Mountain up here, and it was just getting backlit by the lightning, so we could see the shadow of the mountain every once in a while. It's pretty cool. But we're gonna hit this trail. It is a 1.8 miles with like 700 something foot of elevation gain, so should be interesting. And Sarah, how far along are you?
36 weeks.
36 weeks. Probably one of our last hikes before the baby gets here. We might get another one or two in, but
Probably.
should be fun. All right, we're just getting started on the hike. Buddy, can you see? There you go. Just getting started. Karen's got a rock in her shoe already. We're gonna see if we can make our way up to the top of this mountain, and we're recording the track. You can find this trail on All Trails or whatever, but we're also recording the track, and you can get that on Patreon if you want to see our GPX file and follow the routes that we're going. We'll be recording some of our routes driving today too, so we're gonna go see if we can make it to the top. Following, look, somebody's asleep. We're following the All Trails route. It's definitely not the best trail. I think there's probably a better trail over here that's just not what's marked on All Trails, so keep that in mind if you come out here. But so far it's interesting, not too bad, but I think we're about to get to the part where we turn and go uphill in a hurry. Well, we're here in the middle of a giant boulder field, and that's where we're going.
Up all the way up there.
Yep, all the way up there. We're getting there. Got a little ways to go though. What you think?
You, Daddy.
It's a little steep.
Come on, let's go. This is a motorway.
Sarah, right there. Get in.
This is a
Yeah,
motorway.
But we've got to go. We're gonna go right up through this gap over here. Get up all the way on top of this. Whew.
We're almost there. We're almost there.
Well, yeah, we're almost there. It's not very far. It's just straight up.
As far as I can see.
This is pretty cool. We just gotta get the rest of the way up. It's steep. This is me holding the camera level, and that's the mountain.
So far down. This way. This is a long way up.
Well, we're not at the top yet. We're kind of in the middle here, but already getting some pretty spectacular views. Wow. Now we've just got to go up upward, and then we'll be all the way at the top, I think. Whew. been a climb. We are just waiting on you. Sarah is right there. You gotta go all the way up this to here, and then we'll go up there. There's Sarah right there working her way up. We're gonna go on up there. This is the way we came up, all the way down through these rocks. We're almost there.
Y'all are missing the trail. There's a trail. Y'all are missing it. Wait, take the road less traveled.
You're making it harder there, bud.
Not always the wisest decision in the world out there, Darren.
Sometimes your brothers make bad decisions. Right up this way. Whew. Right. Stay away from this edge, kids. We're gonna stay on this side. Well, we've made it to the top. Very tippity top. Forked Mountain. The lake over there, we might go by that later if we have time.
Alright, well then you're gonna need to go over here and get the water bottle.
It's a pretty cool view.
Yeah. You already have one. Hang on. Wait a second.
I think that right over there,
Water maybe.
you can see it on the camera.
You need a drink.
That right there, I believe, is Flatside Pinnacle, if I'm not wrong.
Where?
The little pointy spot over there, I think that's Flatside. I'll look at the map, but I'm pretty sure it is. It's really not too bad of a hike. It's almost easier once you start climbing the rocks than working your way through the woods, but definitely steep. You're crawling on part of it pretty much. So it's not one to bring anybody slightly feeble on. It's definitely a challenge. Probably the hardest hike we've done in a while as far as steepness and technicality, even though it's not that far, but it's what we climbed up all down through there, all those boulders. So definitely a challenge. Wouldn't really recommend bringing kids up here. It's if they're good and you're keeping them away from the edge, it's fairly safe just as long as you don't get close to the edges, but it's a challenge for them. So quite the view though. You can see a long ways. Wow. We are heading back down the mountain now. So we gotta go a long ways down. Work our way back through all these boulders.
And I'm being very little.
We made it back from the hike. It took us just under 4 hours to do just under 2 miles, about 1.9 miles in 3 hours and 45 minutes. So 40 foot of elevation gain. So definitely a steep hike. It'll be a while before we do it again, probably. It wasn't really that tiring or anything, but it was just kind of challenging on balance and keeping the kids upright and safe. But we made it down. No sprained ankles, broken legs, broken arms, or deaths. So not too bad. Just a few thorns and a little bit of bleeding. But we're gonna go on down somewhere and just explore some of this area and find some more camp spots and look around a little bit. So we're gonna mark some spots and we'll be tracking our route. If you want to see that on Patreon, you can do that. But we're gonna go see what else we can find and hopefully not end up on a steep hill in the dark again. We're gonna be out of here before dark today, so see what we can find. We're here at this little lake that's over here close by. Looks like a nice little lake. There's a couple camp spots right here, so we may have to come back and check this out sometime. There's someone else here, so we're gonna get it out of the way and let them enjoy it. But boat ramp, we might bring the boat or some canoes out here and try fishing this a little bit. One summer, maybe. Might be a good summer camping spot. But we're gonna move on down the road and see what else we can find.
Over there. Oh, I can't see it now. It was the mountains over there somewhere. Just behind the trees now.
Pretty cool views off the side of the road out through here. Some of these that are riding up on top of the ridges. You can see a long ways. Of course, it helps when you're standing on top of a tent on top of a camper. Pretty neat little mountain peaks out through there. Back here ways we could see Forked Mountain off on the side, but didn't have as clear a view as this. This is a pretty cool spot. I like it. I like it a lot. Keep rolling on down the road, see what else we find. Found a pretty decent little camp spot on this road. We actually had been by this one before. There's an even better one down the road from here we marked that's got a really good sunrise view. This one's got a little bit more of a sunset view off that direction, but pretty good spots. Nice view down in the of the mountains down in the valley and everything. That one back down the road was even better. There was someone there, so we couldn't show it to you, but we might be back to camp at that one. It was pretty nice, so cool stuff. Good times.
There's, oh, here's